Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Rival Esports. My name is Hunted. With me is Jarb Jam. This is the EU Summer Open. We just watched a quarterfinal match between the Bricks and the ARG. The Bricks triumphing in that one 3-1. Next on our docket, Complexity versus Bim Bam Gamers.
Well, it is, again, yet another battle of the invited teams, just like every single one of these has been today, versus the qualified team that we saw yesterday. And specifically, we saw Bim Bam Gamers play in a pretty hard-fought battle in the second round of the bracket. THO, though, Godsmilla, and Noli. It was both a hard way for them and a little bit of easy run. There has been a difference of games here and there. They went to 5 games both with the Granny Gamer side. The game was on stream. That was brought pretty close. Then they were playing against Total Shot and also to 5 games. But then the Wholesome Magicians, I believe that was the team. So yeah, just easy peasy. Won't be easy anymore. Complexity Gaming, I'd say, will be just enough to try and stop that squad. But hey, again, you can vote in the chat. Just throw an exclamation point in call or exclamation BBG if you think either Complexity or the Bim Bam Gamers will win. But hey, Hunted, look at that. They're already on the field and playing.
Yep, we are underway with this game number 1 of the best of 5. Complexity in blue, Bim Bam in orange, though, with a early shot. Magnus making the save on him, and this is going to be a pretty fast-paced game, I think, here, Jam. These teams, especially, I mean, of course, if you are a fan of the higher level Rocket League, you know that Complexity, quite a quick team, have to be on the offensive side of the ball. But Bim Bam Gamers, they've shown their resilience yesterday. See if they can do it here yet again today. And you know, we talked about that 5-game series. It almost went the other way. It almost went to Granite Gaming.
It could have been a completely different story as we watched the Bim Bam Gamers here, but well, they persevered. They ran the gauntlet to get to this point in beating so many teams on the way in. And well, it's Bim Bam Gamers who are right now triumphant, and right now really keeping a toe-to-toe with Complexity. You mentioned high speed, and really I'd say at this level of play, you don't expect anything less. The game will be fast. Might be slightly, or rather sometimes a little bit more slow like we're seeing right now. Both the teams approach this carefully, but you know that every single time that there is an opportunity like this one, somebody will just spring like a jack out of the box and go ham.
Great save there by Noli to keep Complexity off the board. We've played a minute and a half of game 1, still no score. Some good saves on either end, but this one had a chance, goes just a bit wide. Solid challenge by Greasy Meister out in front towards Magnus. Noli there yet again, and Complexity really getting the rotation settled now. No touch from Greasy necessary. Actually, it does look like he got a touch on it. Either way, it finds its way in 1-0.
I'm surprised. He actually was bumped on his approach, and then the tiniest of the touches, oh my goodness, just enough to put it past. That actually looked like a fake from my angle. I guess, all right, this is just going all the way past. But though, couldn't get it, so Greasy just, man, I'm telling you, the smallest of the touches I've ever seen, and Greasy makes it work.
3 minutes left on the clock. Greasy Meister puts the first goal of the series on the board. Assists to Flakes on that one, and Complexity off to a quick start, although Tho and Godsmilla looking to challenge that lead. Noli's going to keep the ball in. This is off the corner wall. Greasy Meister off the back wall. They'll get a floating clear away. Goes right on to Tho. Here's Noli. Shot on goal. Magnus has to make a solid save, and there's another opportunity, just taking shots on the net, our Bim Bam Gamers, and you can't fault them. You put more shots on goal, you start to stress out the Complexity defense, you might open up some holes.
And the Complexity defense was already looking pretty thin. The more attacks were coming in, the more spread out they were, the more they had to commit to the shot to go for it. But the Bim Bam Gamers also ran out of the resources, but just in that attack, they were looking like it definitely threatened the Complexity side.
Great touch from
Flakes. Is going the other way. The post is the savior for Bim Bam.
So close there from Flakes. Solid redirect. He just couldn't quite get it beyond the post. He's looking to go one-on-one with Tho here, though. This one's going to be played out of the corner. There's Greasy Meister, however, to keep it in. Noli will come in support. Find the pinch play all the way back down. Flakes, not the greatest touch. Now it's going to be Magnus to try to clear it away. Though off the back wall out in front. Greasy Meister gets the solid clear. Godsmilla is up to keep it away from the front of the goal. Great pass to Flakes. That was just a bit high as well. Magnus, follow-up shot. There's good save from Godsmilla. And again, we have seen a lot of balls directed on either net here. Less passing, more just shooting, hoping for something to open up on a rebound, quite like that one. Oh, just missed that top corner.
The backboard is the name of the play right now for both of the teams, and it's getting pretty risky. You see how many of these opportunities go down to just one player in a defense throwing the last block, sending the ball somewhere out of the reach of the opponent as they are coming in. No, well, with that play style, well, we might see a goal pretty soon. And we should see one. There only has been one in all 4 minutes that we've seen so far. This complexity on target. Greasy Meister, right now it's his only shot, and this could be a second on the Flakes. Can't keep it low enough. And now an opportunity for Bim Bam, but look at that. They're a little bit in disarray. They're not ready to start a counter. And the ball just keeps on getting killed, and that's 30 seconds off the clock. Would benefit Complexity great.
Yeah, absolutely, but there's still 25 seconds left to go. Bim Bam's going to push it into the blue half. Greasy Meister down towards Flakes. He will get the clear. Final 20 seconds here. Game in number 1. Feels like this game has absolutely flown by. Noli now tries to push this over top of Magnus. So there on goal, Flakes makes the save. The demo onto Godsmill is going to really hamper this offense. Greasy Meister goes over top. 3 seconds left, though, keeps the ball in the air. It's got to stay up. It's not going to. Complexity take game 1, 1-0.
That could have been a different bounce. Could have really helped the Bim Bam gamers if they would hit the crease just right. But just keeping it up at high and then bringing it to the net was already a gargantuan task. And Bim Bam gamers, well, they had 5 minutes to score one on Complexity's net. Complexity persevered, made all that work in defense, but it was such a back and forth game. So many movement of the ball. Perhaps not as fast as the previous game. The pace of the play has died down just a little bit, but you could still see those exchanges. Both teams were capable of pretty much the same things, of putting the ball on the backboard, of bringing the players in positions to just keep on hammering off those plays off the backboard. And it just didn't work out for Bim Bam gamers in the end. I think one thing they really could adjust is a better positioning when it comes to reading the clears from defense from Complexity, which would allow them to keep the ball in the blue half of the ball.
Well, game number 2 is just starting now. We'll see how these teams readjust here in this best of 5. Complexity up by a game. Great pass to Noli, and there's their first goal of the game.
And couldn't find it in 5 minutes. We just found it in 8 seconds. It's Flakes and Magnus both going on the wall. And then to make safe out of that one is a pretty tough task. Bim Bam gamers just with a perfect setup. They were all in right positions, just gearing up for the attack, and Complexity already were broken down.
Only 8 seconds in. It's 1-0 for Bim Bam gamers. They've got to play defense now as Greasy fires a quick shot. Good save from Godsmilla. Not out of the woods yet, though. This ball high on the back wall, though. Collects and keeps it out of harm's way. Great play from him. Still, Complexity in the offensive zone. Magnus winning that 50. Nobody back for Bim Bam. Noli does have to hustle back. Try to get to that one, though, with a long booming clear. Flakes will look for a clear of his own, doesn't get a touch on it. And now Magnus will clear it back down. So only about 50 seconds gone, but a 1-goal lead for Bim Bam gamers. What we would like to see from them. They were unable to score in game number 1, so good way to start off here in this second game. It looks like, though, it's going to take a small shot on the goal, but Complexity starting to sort out their defensive rotation.
And since the pace of the game is right now pretty low, this allows Bim Bam gamers to really utilize their time and just get so many players in the right position, sometimes even 2 players in the same position. Godsmilla and Noli just go for the same one. But you could see that for a prolonged period of time, Complexity couldn't get out of their net because there wasn't a powerful clear, and every single other clear was immediately snatched out by Bim Bam gamers who were in the right spot, getting on the flank, just waiting for the ball coming their way and then easily getting it.
Ooh, good block from Godsmilla, but the ball's still there. Flakes missed it just wide. though, will look to get the clear. It goes right on to the bumper of Magnus, but he can't quite control it, so Noli does get the clear. Greasy not able to find the touch, though. Waiting for this one. Will keep it in the blue corner. Greasy Meister down towards Flakes. Flakes off the sidewall. One more touch into the orange half. And this one will just rest in the orange corner. Magnus looking for the pass out in front. Noli, no problems. And yeah, we have definitely seen a pace change after that first about 30, 45 seconds. High action has turned into more cerebral play, but this is a good opportunity, but just no follow-up, no solid touches able to find their team is Complexity. And you know, that's kind of been a theme of this series so far. We've seen a lot of shots, not a ton of passing plays, but the passing plays have worked when they do come out.
And I think it's Complexity really with the best idea when it comes to the passing plays. They are often opting to go for a pass in lieu of a potential shot just because they know that the pass will really bring more chances. As the shots are coming in through, I think finally we have gone past that slog and teams are now more likely to put shots on target, because it was, in this case, even a low shooting game. Nobody was really getting it by the end of it. Nobody was taking risk. Both of the teams, I think, feeling that they, every single time they will move a player forward, they will be risking something, so we better just keep it safe. And as a result, the opposition also didn't take any moves or any risks. And, well, we're just sitting there and nobody was getting it. Well, it benefits Bim Bam Gamers for sure, as all that time wasted, in a way, they're still in the lead. Gonna feel pretty good about themselves.
And only 90 seconds left. Godsmilla tries to sneak that one in. Flakes gets there just in time. Magnus down to Greasy Meister. Can he get the second off the ceiling? Not enough to get over Noli. Close call there, but still Complexity look to push the attack, though. Back, getting bumped by Greasy. Opens up some space from Magnus, but though getting back to the ball in time to clear it away. Wave dash shot. Just a bit high, and Flakes will look to clear it away. Godsmilla back into the corner. Magnus now using the ceiling to his advantage. Can he get to the ball? Not quite. Greasy Meister, however, has Magnus still there. Deflection up high off the back wall. Flakes to follow. He's going to go off the sidewall. Gets a second touch, and it's just going to find its way away. Magnus now, one more chance. Can't go underneath of, though. Noli can't get there. So Greasy still looking to keep this pressure on. Flakes off the corner, but though, again, off the back wall. It just seems like Complexity, they have the right idea. There's just no finish.
Yeah, and they're coming in so close, trying to make a setup here or there. Really, by this point, the bombs need to come out, and Magnus finally kills the ball. They've tried so many times to just caress the ball with the bottom of the car to put a weak shot, and finally one comes in through from Magnus. Just barely, but it beats Noli. And with the players up front, the Complexity finally threw at the defense. Previously, you were just driving around the defenders. No bumps, no physical plays. This allows Complexity to snag one at the very end and then almost immediately lose it.
Close call. Only 13 seconds left, though. Doesn't want to go into overtime, but Magnus rejects him on the goal line now. Flakes back down. Noli reads it off the ceiling, plays it into the corner. 1 second left in regulation. Still Complexity has an opportunity. Flakes keeps it up. Godsmilla off the sidewall. Down towards Tho, but Greasy Meister will put it into the pitch. So we go into overtime. Game number 2, tied up at 1. Complexity up a game in the series. They win this. They have 3 match points in a row. Tho, bouncing shot gets saved away by Magnus. Keeps his team in the game. Tho getting his revenge with the demo in transition. But now he has to play defense along with his team on Bim Bam Gamers. Godsmilla, what a save onto Magnus. Back-to-back saves either end of the pitch. It has been chaos so far in this overtime period. Much, much different than we saw in the regulation time.
This was a game of proverbial 2 halves. The initial way that this game has been unfolding at the very beginning, slow. Not that many shots. With plays coming so close as a torpedo rushing towards the defensive player. And then we saw a barrage of shots from both ends. If we just look at the stats, just out of nowhere, Complexity now have 10 shots. Bim Bam Gamers now have 8. They were previously sitting, I think, on 3 and 1 respectively. That's how non-offensive that game was. But I like to finally see this coming into more alive of the game. But in this overtime, we might see less risks. Like, here we go. Passing plays. Flakes just barely can't reach.
So he's going to play this all the way around the sidewall. Greasy Meister and Magnus back to collect. Good catch there by Magnus, but he gets immediately challenged. Greasy Meister trying to find the pass. Only had a lot of space there to catch up to that one, and Tho is going 1-on-2, gets over Flakes, can't get by Greasy. This one will be in the corner. Godsmilla high off the back wall. Here comes Tho. Can't beat Greasy Meister there, and Flakes will get the clear. A little bit of a bouncer. No problem for Noli. He'll play this over towards Godsmilla. Magnus letting Greasy with that challenge. Here comes Flakes. Can he get this off the back wall? Tho is there to turn him around, although this could be an opportunity. All three players pushed up now. Tho has to make the clear, and Greasy Meister getting demoed as well. It's going to open up some space here from Bim Bam. A little bit of back and forth. Again, things slowing down after that chaos in the first minute here of the overtime session. Both teams really playing methodical now, trying to find that opening. Can Godsmilla do it? He hits the post. So close there, he couldn't quite find the angle.
There has been a bout of aggression from Complexity. They're now bringing the ball back in.
Oh, no.
After that initial stop. Oh, the woodwork again. Flakes. His aim really needs readjusting after this series, or after this game at the very least. Something about the precision was really betraying him, and now with a chance for Complexity to finally get it past Bim Bam Gamers, nope, the game is still pretty much live.
Like 3 minutes in this overtime session. Noli out towards Godsmilla. He can't get up for the second touch, though. Opting to go for it, wins the 50. And Bim Bam Gamers, they take game number 2.
A little bit careless play with the ball by Complexity in the defense. Magnus, he wanted to throw himself in the way of the ball. He wanted to get the ball away from his opposition, but look at that. Setting it up perfectly for Tho as he approaches. Tough play. But Complexity, the only chance they had is to throw a challenge of 50-50 towards that ball, with Magnus already challenging it. Obviously, neither of them went for it. Hope for a good touch. In the end, it wouldn't be. And Bim Bam Gamers is the team who's getting out, getting that 2-1, and would you know, it's tie series.
Yeah, it's a tie series going into game 3. I think we should just skip the first 2 games when you and I are casting them, because it always seems to end up this way. But either way, we'll go into a game 3 tied up at 1. Bim Bam certainly shoring some things up from game 1, right? Less mistakes, I think, from all of the players, really. But again, we've seen a slower approach to the game, and I'm really interested. Why are these teams not utilizing their passing plays as much?
They just can't get in the right positions. To me, it feels like since the speed of the game is so low, it throws you off. Just like you are at high level, are prepared to make assumptions, make reads, make guesses where the ball is going to go next. When it's slower than usual, you are just really feeling slightly off. And so, speaking of passing plays, one of them, they almost got it Complexity straight at the very beginning. They've been trying to go for them. Maybe they weren't as prominent, and I feel in the many chances, they just weren't able to really quickly act on it. But maybe the individual plays will be the king, and really Flakes just puts it past everyone on his aerial dribble. Look at that. Oh.
Wow. Don't need a passing play when you can do that. Flakes, what a second touch on that ball as well. Gets it by everyone. You talked about you wanted to see Flakes dial in that accuracy, and granted, that's not really a typical shot either way. He puts one on the board. Godsmilla in return, however, right off the kickoff, we're tied.
Oh, it feels like that beautiful play by Flakes is now spoiled, but by the kickoff goal by Godsmilla. And now we're back to where we started, Hundreds. This was all for nothing. So beautiful, and yet tie game. Poorly played, but what do you know? Flakes immediately chasing that ball. He wanted to get that ball all off the wall. Godsmilla plays it casual and smart. He just sticks in the middle. Ball returns back to him. That's one.
Though, almost had that double touch. Godsmilla follows it up, keeps it in. Noli can't get to it, and Flakes in a very similar position to where he scored the first goal, opting for the pass this time. Greasy Meister back down in front. Good play from Godsmilla. Wow, Greasy got back to it. No follow-up from Magnus on that one, unfortunately, so the ball will be cleared back down the pitch by Tho. Greasy Meister to Magnus. Magnus back to Greasy. Shot on goal off the back wall. Rebound Flakes high. One more touch. It's high again. Here comes Magnus back down. Noli makes the save. And you've got to wonder if Flakes could have scored that himself.
There was a possibility, but he was only delaying it. You know how you have leftovers in the fridge and you're really dreaming about eating them? Well, Flakes was going specifically for that. Look at that, roaming in front of the net all this time to just find any of the opportunity. Magnus didn't go hard on it because previously that was just impossible for him to make that read. Flakes sticks until the very victorious end to them.
Is there such a thing as leftover jam?
Yeah. I mean, it's when you've eaten all the jam, almost all the jam, and there's some at the bottom, and there's not enough perhaps to make something big, but just to put it on one toast. Well, I'd say that's leftovers.
Well, there you go. That's Flakes looking to put another one on the board here. Already has 2 in this game. It's 2-1. The 2 goals that Complexity has needed so far. As Godsmill is going to go up for this one. Can he get underneath Flakes? Not quite. Flakes read that quite well. We played 2 minutes in game number 3. Still, this series tied up at 1. Noli tied the game at 2. Not quite. Greasy Meister makes the save. Godsmill is there. Good pass by Noli. Up 4th, though. He challenges Flakes, and Magnus gets the clear. Close call there for Bim Bam Gamers, but now they've got to play defense as Greasy Meister breaks down the wing out in front to Magnus, though reads it and makes the save. Halfway gone, 2-1 for Complexity.
That was a pretty good play. They had the speed to push that, continue pushing that ball, but over here, Bim Bam Gamers managed to just position himself pretty well to stop any of these shots coming into the center field. But Complexity is still on the attack, still committing players to stop the Bim Bam Gamers coming out of their own half. This would be a little bit dangerous. It also could open up an opportunity. But look at how quickly Bim Bam Gamers retreat. They know that a play like this could unfold, and this was on target. Even with retreating, Bim Bam Gamers had no chance of saving.
Noli now looking for a pass over to Godsmill. He is very late to that ball. Still wins the 50. Gets a second one onto Magnus. That gives Tho an opportunity. With Greasy in solid defensive position, will clear it away. Good pass from Magnus to Greasy. Back to Magnus, Tho cuts it off. Into the corner now. Here's Flakes. He'll play this off the sidewall. Magnus to touch it back into the orange half, but Noli immediately back onto the blue. There's Tho off the back wall. Magnus with the clear. Godsmilla, only man back. Can he get up to it? Not quite. That's off the back wall. Greasy's there, but Tho is as well. He'll play this one down. Godsmilla back into the blue half. Magnus to Greasy. Noli is there one more time for Tho. We are back in 4th. The ball has been moving quite quickly, but not on goal.
Yeah, it has been moving from orange side to the blue and back, but nobody's taking the control of it. It is a lot of movement, but in the end, for nothing. Bim Bam Gamers currently preferring to really go into defense and then start something from there to bring Complexity to sort of lure them out and then make their move. Complexity, though, using that opportunity, I think, pretty well, and that's how they're allowed to make... they're deciding, hey, this is a great opportunity. With the field so clear, we're just going to put these passing plays. It's still not working every single time, but I'd say it's a threat enough for that the Bim Bam Gamers need to account for Complexity going for passing plays.
30 seconds left. Godsmilla. Oh, he hit the crossbar. Looked like it was in, but the crossbar comes up to Hero. Great pass to Tho. My word, Bim Bam, tie us up.
Oh, that crossbar brought everything to a nail-biting pace. And then that pass. That pass was just beautiful. Magnus and Flakes, they tried, but they couldn't keep up with Tho. Man, just getting in the right position, just reading the play so well. All right, well, Complexity, your move now.
Absolutely. With only 12 seconds left, we may see yet another overtime here. As Noli goes up for it, gets over top of Magnus, Tho. Off the back wall, Godsmilla can't beat Greasy. As Magnus might have a chance, but this one, whoa, that didn't go to overtime. Now we are into overtime as the ball touches the pitch. 2-2 in overtime, game number 3. Again, the series tied at 1. This is an all-important goal as Greasy Meister has to hustle down to make that save. Godsmilla wants to keep the ball in. What can Flakes do with this? Touches it into Godsmilla and will win the 50 all the way back down. However, Tho back. Now it's Greasy Meister. Nolly can't get it out in front for Flakes. Not a hard shot. And the team of Bim Bam Gamers will combine to get the clear. Look to get on the offensive side.
Oh no, and Tho was going so slow across the net. Flakes opted for a weak shot, or just the shot that he got, and Tho just went slow enough to reach the bottom left corner just as a Flake shot got there as well. Complexity with a banger that almost got it.
Now it's Godsmilla to turn around Magnus. Magnus gets the bump onto Tho. That is a game-saving bump from Magnus right there. As now Flakes has an opportunity over top of one. Tho gets up to it in time. Greasy Meister looking for the attack shot towards the net, though. Off the back wall, Magnus there. Shot on goal. He'll score. Complexity take game 3.
Wow. All right. Well, nobody really can complain that this game is boring. It's uneventful, that nothing is happening. Everything is happening at once. And unfortunately for Bim Bam Gamers, well, they dig that ditch for themselves. Initial play over here, well, Tho just sets up his opposition. That's as good a pass from the backboard as you could possibly wish from your own teammates. And Magnus just gets a dish from Bim Bam Gamers. What can you do? What can you do, Hunted? But Complexity now on the match point with 2 games in the best of 5. They're looking pretty solid. Just look at that, 12 shots. Flakes and Magnus were testing out that defense, and in the end, it did give out a crack.
I was going to mention the shots, 12 shots for Complexity, but Flakes and Magnus with 6 each, Greasy Meister with none. Does that surprise you at all?
No, I mean, Greasy Meister might as well just work out in the defense. All you need is one player setting up the plays and the other one scoring them. Greasy Meister assisted with 2, so really nothing wrong with that. Yes, he might want to perhaps get a little more chances, but if in the end his team is winning, I don't think anyone is complaining on that team, especially Greasy.
Sure, absolutely. And Complexity take the 2-1 series lead. We are underway with game number 4. Tho and Magnus will take the first kickoff. Will we see a game 5? If we would like to see that, Bim Bam Gamers need to come out ahead. Complexity could move on to the semis with a victory here. As Flakes is going to try to clear this away. Noli can't get to it. Here's Magnus out of the corner off the back wall. Touch by Tho is right to Flakes. Flakes on goal is just a bit wide. As Greasy Meister out of the corner, Godsmill plays it down. There's Magnus off the back wall. No follow-up immediate. But Flakes and company, really, they're trying to control this midfield game, and they're doing quite well. They've done very well throughout the series. As Greasy Meister's going to get an opportunity, it's the crossbar early on. And Complexity looking to continue where they left off. They just haven't found the net.
Complexity almost got themselves into trouble. Flakes, and I believe that Greasy Meister perhaps run into each other in the midfield. Flakes did take the control of the ball, got it to a pretty good flick that set up the Complexity for the continuation of that attack. But they might want to be careful about that. Ooh, Flakes and Greasy Meister again just crossing streams on that rotation. At any point, if a dangerous bump is going to come out, well, Complexity will just immediately be down by 2 players. And against Bim Bam Gamers, when you know that they have someone in the attack poised to make a shot, you don't want to do that.
Wait a minute and a half here in game 4. Still 0-0 as Noli plays this into the corner. There's Magnus. Godsmilla back. Noli can't get up to it, but Godsmilla's still there. Flakes wants to turn him away, and he'll do just that. Looking for Greasy. Actually, he's just going to take the shot himself. Noli does make the save. Still scoreless here. Looking to break the tie are both of these teams. The defenses have been quite strong. Tho in a good opportunity. Great pass. Tho to Noli. It's 1-0.
It's just lovely the way that they can create these opportunities. And Tho, did he have? Yep, he had some boost, and he was in the perfect position to redirect that pass to Noli. It's just getting better and better for Bim Bam Gamers. Their shots and their opportunities may be rare, but they take all the opportunities. They create those opportunities themselves. And what Tho has just done as I was speaking, look at that. What a rush from him, stealing the ball, and then see you later. 1 flick, 2 flick, 2-0.
And this just couldn't quite get there in time. So Bim Bam up by 2 here. Just a couple of minutes into game 4. They are looking to continue this aggression if possible. They'd love to go up by another goal or two. Tho's gonna add on. Bim Bam off to a quick start, 3-0.
How about another one, Hunted? There we have just a brilliant pass by Godsmilla. Surrounded by Complexity players, he still manages to get just a good touch to send it down the backboard. Well, and yet another banger by Tho, who just feels like he needs to be in the attack. When he's coming to the attack, the pass is right there sitting for him, and he's in the perfect position to slot it in.
Halfway gone, 3-0 for Bim Bam. Flakes, however, he had an opportunity, missed it wide. My goodness, the posts and the crossbar have been the bane of these players throughout the series. We have seen a ton of just wide shots. Magnus doesn't miss though. He'll go bar down, 3-1.
Oh, the classical bar down ski. I wouldn't be surprised if Jane Bacon would pull that off later in the broadcast. I wouldn't want to get ahead of them. That's as good as a Burdowski as it gets, and Woodwork finally helping out Complexity rather than hurting their chances. And with the way how quickly they, well, in the matter of speaking, how quickly past the half-point line they started to come back, they still have time to really dial that one in back as well. Even straight off the kickoff, Complexity is in control.
Good pass down from Noli onto Tho. Tho's going to collect as well. He'll go high off the back wall. Magnus out in front to clear it away, and Complexity, they still need to score 2. Greasy Meister's going to pass this over to Flakes. It's down around mid, where Magnus will push it in. Godsmilla back towards Tho. Tho into the blue corner, where Flakes will corral, take his time, look for the flick. Godsmilla's going to fake the challenge. Flakes towards the net. Opportunity there for Greasy Meister, but Noli able to touch that one into the opposite corner. However, Magnus there, shot, bar, and out this time for Magnus. And again, the crossbar woes continue.
That was a perfect opportunity. He set up in that corner. Greasy Meister, just as good as a setup as it gets. But you just go a little bit too hard, and Flays goes a little bit too hard as well. Follows Magnus in the end, not in the position to follow it up too close. And while the Complexity keep up the possession, keep bringing the ball in the orange out of the field, you might want to ask yourself, was that the right decision?
Magnus to Greasy, shot, score. Quick play, Complexity, bring it back to 1.
Hey, Hunted, you were complaining about the lack of passing plays? Complexity right now is all about the passing plays. You put 2 players of Complexity near to each other, you bet your bottom britches they're going to play the ball in between each other and really befuddle the Bim Bam Gamers defense.
The comeback has been good from Complexity. They need 1 more goal to complete it. They've got 43 seconds to do so. Noli challenging Magnus. Here's Tho to keep the ball in. He'll do that. It's going to bounce down in front for Greasy. Towards Godsmilla. Gets over top of Greasy. Gets over top of Flakes as well. Magnus to collect. 30 seconds left on the clock. Tho and Magnus meet. There's Noli. Out in front. Can't get it by. So the ball still on the blue half. Good pass, though, to Flakes. To Greasy. Shot. Off the side, but Flakes gets the rebound. We're tied up yet again.
I was at the edge of my seat the whole day. I saw Flakes. Oh my god, he is actually stopping and going for, oh no, Greasy has missed. But there was Flakes still following up on this. 3-3 Complexity. Well, they just say, whatever you can do, Bim Bam Gamers, we can do just as good, perhaps even better. We still have 10 seconds. Better be careful with that time, though, as Complexity just barely got in, and the overtime might still not happen.
Might still happen indeed, though. Over towards Noli. Off the corner wall, it's going to hit the pitch. And my goodness, a 3rd overtime here in this series. 3 back-to-back-to-back overtimes. We'll see if Bim Bam Gamers come out on top and we go to a Game 5, or Complexity to the semis. We are going to Game 5. Though off the back wall, the touch is good.
Just as I was about to say that it's gonna be an upset. With the way that Complexity got on a roll, this should have been their game to take. It should have been 3-1 in the series. But if you give an opportunity like that, that miss, can't blame Greasy Meister. but Complexity go down. And game number 5, it has eluded us in a previous matchup, Hunted, but here we go to game number 5. I do not envy Bim Bam Gamers, though. If Complexity can repeat the same playstyle, the same passing extravaganza that they've just shown us, then, well, within 5 minutes, we might see a 7-1, a Brazil that it's actually been a while since I've got a Brazil. But for Complexity, their passing play was just pristine, sublime, and all the other superlatives.
Well, again, if Bim Bam Gamers, however, do exactly what they did last game, come out swinging early, get a couple of early goals, could certainly set Complexity back in this game. We're just gonna have to see how it goes. Godsmill and Magnus take the first kickoff. No kickoff goal incoming here for Bim Bam Gamers off the first kickoff, but they will get the first chance at the attack. Here's Godsmilla. A little bit of a touch, but Magnus is there to play it away. Gets the dunk onto Tho, and this one will find its way into the orange corner. Godsmilla now on the side wall. There's Flakes. He'll push it along. Tho's going to challenge him. Bouncing down for Noli to keep it in the blue half. 30 seconds in to this game 5, decisive game number 5. No score on the board quite yet. But I'm liking what I'm seeing here from Bim Bam Gamers. It doesn't look like they're afraid of Complexity. Looks like they want to take their game to them.
I mean, they just took one game off Complexity in a really surprising fashion and a quick fashion as well. After Complexity just looked like, hey, this is all of a sudden their game. 2.5 minutes, all under the Complexity flag. So I'd say it's no surprise that Bim Bam Gamers are not afraid. Noli, oh, and then Flakes. Nobody was expecting that, and as a result, no goal scored.
Here's Flakes one more time, gets the flip reset, but Godsmill is on the goal line to make the save. Greasy Meister now puts it along the sidewall, looking for a second touch. Tho's going to beat him to the ball. Almost got that one by Flakes as well, but he will set up Godsmill. This one down in front. Flakes to the deflection. Tho to collect, tries to pass. Noli's there in the corner still. Flakes, a little bit of a touch. Magnus trying to hustle to get there. He will do that. Godsmill gets the 50, and Tho puts it back in the zone. He has an opportunity to play it out in front. Pass to Noli, can't get a touch on it. We continue to play scoreless. 3:10 to go. Magnus and Flakes both up for it. Greasy has to be careful. He's just going to score. Complexity on the board, 1-0.
Sometimes it goes oh so well for Bim Bam Gamers. Sometimes this happens. Tho actually does a side flip. I don't think he has intended that. Only possibility for Bim Bam Gamers to win that 50-50. No, it rains from the skies in the opposite direction. Magnus to Greasy Meister to Complexity.
Godsmilla, can he tie us up? Just off the post there. Good play by Flakes. And a boomer all the way back down will find its way in from Greasy Meister. Complexity up by 2.
Easy for Greasy. Look at how well that plays. It was dangerous. I don't have to say that. Magnus just passing it in a space where Tho could actually taken it. But Complexity all on the same wavelength, understand perfectly where everyone needs to be. Greasy Meister all ready to start that attack, to start that shot. And precision is on the side of Complexity this time.
That it is, as Tho is going to go up in the air for this. Gets one touch on it. Magnus and Greasy double commit. Noli's there. Touch is good. He almost overshot that one, but either way, it finds its way in.
Oh, just barely. But Magnus and Greasy Meister, really only one of them needed to go up in the air. And Complexity will bring the goal in their own net by that play.
Just like that, we are back to a 1-goal game. Again, this is a best of 5. This is game number 5. As Noli goes under, Magnus over, Flakes, we're tied.
Such a great lead. Would be horrible if something would happen to it. Say Bim Bam Gamers. And then Noli, that touch to bring that ball down, just extra drop. And there we go. Bim Bam Gamers within, what was it? 15 seconds, I'd say, even less. And just bring the game back to Complexity. All those brilliant passing plays. Oh, how about that? No doing from Magnus. Complexity now being the same being done to them as what they just did to Bim Bam Gamers to bring the game number 4 into the overtime. I'd say we're in for a good one, Hunted. Game number 5 is not slowing down.
No, it is not, and we've got about half of it left to play. Noli's gonna throw this on goal. It's in. That's his hat trick, and he puts his team up by 1.
Complexity's passing plays were so great, and Greasy Meister, would he have put it a little bit lower? I'd have to say a little bit back. Flakes would have gotten to it, but Noli now wise to the situation, knows that exactly how Complexity will move on the attack. With a passing play, well, he got the number. He read Complexity perfectly. Would we see a third one immediately? Complexity are pulling no stops in this one.
What a save from Tho in goal there to keep his team up by a goal. They need to defend for 2 minutes here if they want to pull this series out over top of Complexity. Tho to Noli out in front. Flakes has an opportunity. Shot is weak on goal, and Godsmilla makes the save. Noli finds the clear. Greasy Meister down to Flakes again. Back to Greasy. Greasy can't quite get the ball on goal, so it is going to be a clear. Complexity looking to ramp up their offensive production. But Bim Bam Gamers holding strong on the defense. Flakes can't get by Tho. Greasy Meister up the half wall. Down and out there by Noli. Again, it's off the sidewall. Flakes is going to push this along. There's Greasy Meister. Good challenge by Godsmilla. They're reading the passes now from Complexity. They're seeing these plays develop. They're getting the cars in the way when they need to. With 65 seconds, it's exactly what they have to do, but they need to be careful. That's a double commit out of the corner. Can Tho get this one away? Yes, he can. And Bim Bam Gamers can breathe for at least a moment.
That would be a short moment as you immediately see Flakes bringing the ball out. Some great blocks. Bim Bam Gamers are not shy of marking or putting the pressure so up high in the blue side for Complexity to not even be able to start anything. Might be bringing risks on the other end of the field, but so far Bim Bam Gamers are doing that with aplomb and really killing out Complexity's attacks.
Shot by Magnus off the wall. Good play by Tho to make the save, and he'll find the clear as well. We are in the final 25 seconds of Game 5. Bim Bam look to defeat Complexity here. If they can hold on, Noli almost makes it 2-goal lead. Couldn't quite get the touch on it. Here comes Magnus. Over top of Godsmilla. Tho in defensive position. Just touches it to the corner. Here's Greasy Meister. Has Flakes in the mid. It's up in the air. Can Greasy get back to it? Yes, he can. To Magnus. Good save by Tho. 4 seconds left now. Flakes out in front. Greasy the only one there. It's on the pitch. Bim Bam Gamers move on to the semis.
Crazy play. Noli for the past 15 seconds of that play, ever since the ball has left Complexity side, Noli was on 0 boost. And still Complexity couldn't use an opportunity of one player being not out of the position, but really out of the chance of really commits to the play to really throw something useful, a good jump or a good clear. Very well done by Tho and Godsmilla to help out Noli as he was down on his luck. And Bim Bam Gamers hold on. With only 5 shots and 3 goals to 8 of what Complexity has thrown this one, especially with how well this has started, Bim Bam Gamers complete a sort of almost a reverse sweep, or they've thrown some sort of wrench in the works from Complexity. And congratulations to Bim Bam Gamers at the very least in the fact that they are the last standing bastion of qualified teams. Complexity was the gatekeeper, the invited team that should have, on paper perhaps, stopped the Bim Bam Gamers. Bim Bam Gamers said no. And now they will be the ones who will be moving in the playoffs, and moving on to face their opposition would be Logi Esports.
Yeah, my goodness. Of course it goes to a Game 5. Of course it goes to overtime. And wow. Or it didn't go to overtime. It was very, very close to going to overtime. Exactly. At the very least. But Bim Bam Gamers, they come out on top. What a wonderful series for them. I'm sure they're very, very excited to move into the semifinal, but there they face Veloce Esports, as you said. And you know, these semifinals, they are almost kind of money matches, right? Because first place gets $1,000, second place gets $500. That is our prize pool. So you win your next match, you're at least getting $500 for your team. But as you said, Bim Bam Gamers, the last hope for the open qualified teams. They move on past Complexity, but they've got to play a 7-game series against Veloce.
Oh, it's a tough one. On the other end, though, it will be the Bricks versus Triple Trouble. So those of you who have been cheering the Bricks on in the previous game that we already saw today against ERG, be ready for them to be back against no other than Tadpole, Casio, and Tylacto. Again, we mentioned that previously. There has been a little bit of a change with the rosters, and it's not your usual Triple Trouble as you're used to it. Talacto is playing in place of... Geez, I keep switching back and forth. Aroniki, obviously, is out for today, but Talacto has agreed to help out with the team. And right now, it's looking that's pretty good for them. They've already beat 2BIM, 1BAM. And the Bricks, well, it's going to be a big test. Again, these two teams, always interesting to see how Triple Trouble, team that has gone through the RLRS qualifiers in a way, to play against the historical teams such as Bricks.
Well, with that, we are going to take a very short break. On the other side, we will bring you semifinal number 1. You're not going to want to miss that here on Rival Esports. Don't go anywhere.